it's almost like learning an instrument. Like you need to learn the basics before you like start playing jazz or something. Like you can't come out of the gates and do like something crazy, because then it's like the fundamentals are critical. And I think when a lot of people think about like quote unquote good content, they think about content that is very well produced, or like conjuring up images of like a TV or film production. But good content is sort of like in the eye of the beholder. And like good content is also, you need to take into account the medium. And so understanding the medium you're working within is really key. And I think the only way you can sort of like nail YouTube, nail TikTok, nail any, Twitter, whatever, it's by being there and kind of like, yeah, like getting those reps in. And then you can start to get fancy, which, you look at Mr. Beast, like he's been on YouTube for, I mean, I can't remember. Yeah, like,
and for many years they had no views and no subscribers.
100%. And like, I think that's really, people overlook that. They're like, the last, whatever, 2-3 years, he's been this phenomenon. But like, you can still go to his channel and see these crappy Minecraft videos that exist. It's pretty funny, like those videos are just as important to his success as like, the, Squid Games video that just came out, whatever, a week ago.
We said at the beginning of the show, for youth today, YouTube stars are the only stars. I feel he's the first one to really go into such high numbers that now he's beating the Hollywood stars and the stand-up comedians, and he's in that rare space with The Rock, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kevin Hart, those that can change. I mean, there are so many examples, and I'm sure they are yours, but what blew my mind is Beast Burgers. I mean, how can you open in 1 year so many outlets that McDonald's took 40, 50 years to get to that number? And of course, there is the quality control, and it's a huge fucking it's a huge operation. Yeah. But still, I mean, the power of the brand and of the message, crazy. And now how he grows into these localized channels, which, by the way, is something I have told all my creator friends who were popular. Coming from a video game angle, I was like, how are you not adding subtitles in all languages and all your videos? It got one step further, though, which is to dub. Yeah. Like in the 1980s, that's how we received all the TV series in the 1980s. Dub,
so smart.
French and all. So smart and so successful so fast. When I was giving that advice to other creators, I thought they would see incremental growth over time. Mm-hmm. With him, it's like overnight. Obviously, it's not an overnight. He worked very hard to get to that point. But yeah, I mean, he does something with Coinbase. They gain how much? $4 billion in valuation in the stock exchange.
I can't remember, but yeah, he moved. I think he moved the app to like #1 in finance or something like that.
Yeah, but $4 billion in stock exchange valuation. This tells me that even the old guards buying shares are like, oh, you are brand associated to Mr. Beast? I don't watch that, but my kids do, so I'm going to buy a few shares because this seems to be a pretty hot move. It's that level that even if you don't know him, you know him somehow. Yeah, you know what I mean?
100%. I mean, he gets more views than, major TV networks. I mean, I was looking, I wrote an article a while ago about sort of like live streaming specifically, and how, and sort of comparing the numbers and how live streaming commerce was going to be a next big wave. And, live streamers who, are not as big as Mr. Beast are getting more views than, the NBA, which is, if you think about it, like the NBA is considered this behemoth, but like a preseason game was getting less than 1 million views, and, streamers some of the top streamers can get that in real time. You know, now Mr. Beast is getting, I think I looked at the Squid Games video and it was over 60 million views, whatever that might have been yesterday.
Because, yeah, so one of my clients told about it on Friday. And then I watched it again yesterday because of that, because I wanted to verify a detail in it. It was at 77 million views already.
I wouldn't be surprised if more people have seen that at this point than the actual Netflix series.
I don't know. It might be close, but he's getting close. He's beating Super Bowl commercial numbers. Because you have like 100 million, 110 million people viewing the Super Bowl. I'm not sure if all 110 million stay for the ads. I know it's an event in the US to watch the commercials of the Super Bowl, but not to the point that I think he's going to beat the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I think so. And if you think about it, it's like you could take 2 Mr. Beast videos and beat the Super Bowl, and it's going to be cheaper and probably more impactful for not every brand, but for most brands. I think in particular, if your goal is
great, you can still get 5 of Mr. Beast's iterations for 30 seconds of Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah, probably.
It's gonna go up because now he did the Squid Game and they do their job really well. So every quarter it goes up a notch. And well deserved, you know. When the price goes up, I'm like, damn it, I got to pay for that for my next client. But I'm like, well played. It's not
absolutely.
Ego. It's not ego. It's really number driven and justified. And I shouldn't say that on air, but because it goes against my buying. But I feel like YouTube stars are still underpriced compared to the price of working with a Hollywood star.